Let's get started.
Let's get the party started. So today we're talking about the super duper awesome new Tactical Arbitrage 2.0. Got lots of excited people here to talk about that. So yeah, what's up, Ken? And so any questions you have, shoot them in the chat. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go and check out some awesome stuff. Yeah, maybe. Oh, okay. All right, so if you haven't been here, this is, oh boy, hang on 1 second. I am actually not in my account. Let me log into here and actually log into my account. I hate it when that happens. You know what I mean? All right, let's try this again. All right, so here we go. You can change your logo. You can change this and put any logo you want in. You can put your pictures in. I not run across a picture that actually fits the format yet, so you know, maybe somebody could make me one. Valerie, hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But I don't have a photo. So the first thing you can do is if you click on add photo, it's going to take you to your profile. You can click on profile and you can change your name. This is very useful for me. It was highly requested because you know, if you have multiple accounts, you really couldn't tell which one you were in. Maybe if you had some folders you would set, and you could recognize it that way, but there was nothing that really showed you what account you were in. So now, you know, you can change that from your login ID to really anything you want. You can change the company picture, which this, I put my company logo here, and you can change the Tactical Arbitrage logo from this. Same with your profile picture. It has to be under 2 megabytes and a 1-to-1 ratio. So that means the height and the width has to be the same. And that's about it from there. It's going to show you your subscription, when you signed up, very, very early. I think I'm user number 78, something like that. So very early in the process, April of 2016, it says. Next thing is a news section. It's going to have all the news. You can click on read more. It's going to give you a pop-up. And there's lots of pop-ups in the 2.0 now. Great thing is you can move these around wherever you want, have them wherever you're on the screen, which is really, really awesome. The next thing really to look at are these hash lines. So it can go from, it'll show you the little icons, the 5 icons, or show you the whole descriptions of it. So if you need a little bit more screen space, then you can definitely click on that and minimize it. Next are these boxes down here. So these boxes here, Alex says he kind of put these like this so we could get a better you know, understanding of what's going on. So this circle here represents, you know, filling your account all the way up. So there's a 20,000 item limit. As you can see, my product list is growing as we're watching this because I'm running a pretty intense scan right now. So this is actually the products, the results page that we haven't gone through. So I have a whole team of people who work on my account. I would assume I have more than anybody else out there. Usually, recently it's been 4 or 5 people working on my account at one time. We have 2 accounts, so we got a lot going on. So if you have the green light, that means you got a scan going. Red light means no scan. So, you know, hoping to get more action going on, get more of these green lights going. You can run all of these scans at the same time. So what's going on here is if you fill this all the way up, it'll be 20,000 items. The blue line is how many have been viewed, and which means results. And then the red is the save folders. The reason why Ken had asked why the save number is always the same in product data and reverse is because they say they share the same saved. So it's also the same over here in wholesale if you look at that. So it's using the same, it shares the folder. So that's why, the numbers are the same. It's a total results that you have saved. So this gives you easy access to all of your stuff. So if you want to look at, the searches in product data, flips, reverse, library, or wholesale, they're all right here. So you can just click on the green buttons. If you want to view the results, click on the blue buttons. If you want to look at your save folders, click on the red buttons. So if we click on search, it's going to pop open a new window, take us right into the search, show us what's going on in the search, and all the results. As you can see, there's no log up here automatically anymore, which I think is good. But if you want to see the logs as they're going, you just click on that watch logs, and it's going to give you this pop-up. All the pop-ups, as I said, you can move around. It's taking some time to load. You can see we've already checked about 250,000 items in the scan. So kind of taking some time. I'm going to close this before my browser crash, which it looks like it may have already done. So I'm going to close that. I'm in Firefox right now, so it doesn't work too awesome with Firefox. We can always switch over to Chrome, though. I run Chrome. I run one of my Tactical Arbitrage accounts in Chrome and one in Firefox. So I can keep them open all the time. So we're going to go over to the product search in a minute when we get done here, but there. But next is the product variation. So this is a great little feature that he's put the product variations and the tactical edge right here in the dashboard. So now we can, just punch in an ASIN, and I think my browser actually is kind of frozen here. Let me switch. Oh, actually, I am in Chrome, so I'm not sure why I was having the problem, but I'm pretty sure this is frozen up on me. Always when you're trying to do a demo. So here's the product variations. If you want to put an ASIN in here, look at all the variations and compare it. You can put an ASIN in and then the price to compare, and it's going to show you all the data instead of having to go and open up the, hit analysis and then go to product variations or tactical edge. You can do it right here from the dashboard. So if you have something, you can just punch them in and go. Settings as well. You want to click on update settings, it's going to go right to that. And that's really about all there is. The sidebar information is still there. You just click on that button, it's going to load that information up. I believe that's going to go away pretty soon, but for now it's still there. And then all of our data here is on the sides, your product search, your view data, flips, reverse, the library search, the wholesale search, and then the analysis, the product variation and tactical edge. They're under analysis, and settings and the FAQ and support and all that stuff is still there. If we want to go to run a search, you can just click on search right there, or you can go up here, the product search, it's going to load it up. And there's a lot of good stuff going on here. How is product variations different from the T variation Chrome add-on? It's not really different. It's going to run the same way. The Chrome add-on just lets you do it right from a page in Tactical Arbitrage, or a page on Amazon, sorry. So, if you want to do scans here, you can do them, right from there. Punch in an ASIN. You find an ASIN, you just copy it and shoot right in there and run it. So you don't have to go load the page and then do all that stuff. So, yeah, it's the exact same thing. The Chrome add-on, Chrome extensions almost always don't actually do anything. It's just a very simple script that's, accessing, a server or whatever else. So all that the extension does is connect over to the, your Tactical Arbitrage account and the server. So, okay, so quite a bit has changed here differently. Now you can turn on the UPC sites on and off right here, which is awesome, as well as where you want to source from and to the selling on. Now this, you still have to set up your keys. So if you don't have your key set up for, the UK, for example, or the US, if you're in the UK, then, it's not going to work still. But you can very quickly change where you're sourcing from and where you're selling at with each scan. The import bulk list, pretty much the same thing. You're starting at row number is inside of here. So if you're looking for that, that's where it is. And then your website pull down and all the other information is pretty much still works all the same. Now over here, we're already running a scan, so we can see what that looks like. But over here, you have your view data. You can download everything from your results or delete everything from your results as you did before. But here you can pull up your log. So the log, my log is actually super big. I'll try loading it again. We'll see if it works. Usually you're not going to be seeing results like this. I am doing one of those quick scans, so it's only looking at things right now that are in the, in your cache. So, that's how it's running so fast. But some sites it works really good on to get, a ton of results. Yeah, so it seems when it gets really big, it just probably is not going to run well. So I am not going to bring that up anymore. I've actually never had a problem with that, as long as I've been using it. So, okay, so the next thing is your filters, which is super cool now. It's been all separated and blocked out into your different categories of the filters. So you can open these one at a time now, or you can click on the double arrows and it's going to open all of them up. We're going to speed things up. So, so things have been rearranged a little, but it's essentially everything is still the same here. If you're running the new version or the old version, it's basically just the way it interfaces. So you can turn everything on or off here, just like you did before. There's not a whole lot of stuff to go over. If there's anything specific you guys have questions on as far as tactical arbitrage or anything in general, just put them in the chat, and Valerie, I'm sure, will be able to, direct them over here. So next thing is the view data. So we look at our save list, basically all the same stuff, just laid out a little differently. There is a lot of questions on this as far as, a lot of stuff disappeared. For the mismatch, one of the big things with that is if you click on the mismatch, I'm sorry, if you click on the X, you're going to, you'll get your mismatch. So I've seen several questions about that. 1 second. You know, in the TA group, I've seen several messages about where the mismatch button is. So all you have to do is click on that X, you click on it again, it's going to delete the product, you can click over here, as well as the moving and all that. That kind of just pops up as you go. So if you select things, you're going to get this, the selection screen where you can do your updates and moving and saving. Same thing if you do the select all, this is where you can do your moving. One thing, don't click on move or save until you select this because it's going to immediately move it. There's not going to be a whole lot you can do about that. Same thing, it's on the top and bottom now. So now once you select things, you can do all the same stuff, including creating folders right from there. So a lot of awesome stuff. If you go over to the saved list, you're going to see a lot of the same things. So here are the main differences that you can select which folders that you want. Hazmat's awesome. One thing that we've been working on is if you're finding any hazmat, I would move them to a separate folder. I have a good friend that's approved for hazmat, and we're trying to work out a deal where you'll be able to sell your product finds to him, submitting on a weekly or monthly basis, and then he'll be able to pay us for, the things that he finds that are worthwhile. We are finding a ton of hazmat stuff. So just on this one account, I've got 254 hazmat products. So the thing is, you can't run hazmat. You can't sell a lot of stuff like perfume. You still can't sell, and some other things. But you just basically submit a spreadsheet of the products you can't sell. They're basically useless to me and most people. And then he'll buy those leads. Anything that's worthwhile, he'll pay me and potentially you if you're doing it as well. So we're definitely trying to get that set up, get something worked out with him where everybody can make some money, a little bit of extra income on things that are potentially useless to me. So and I would assume to you as well. So yeah, that's just one of the things we're working on. And your mismatch pages, basically the rest of this is the same. They said the stuff is under analysis. I don't think that was grouped together in the past. And then settings. Okay, so let's go over to the settings screen. I probably shouldn't have shown everybody that, but don't steal that from me. I'm pretty much maxing out my scans of the day, so probably aren't going to get a whole lot by having my keys. Next thing is, and this is something that most people are not using. I'll tell you, every one of my clients for our TA valet service is definitely using this because it's become the cornerstone of our business. As you can see, we have over 2,000 products in our out of stock. So what we're doing is when we do a scan, we're creating a little buffer between the ROI we want and the ROI we scan at. So if you want 50, maybe try going down to 40%. So you have a little bit of a buffer because, who wants to turn something down over, 50 cents or $1 or something like that. So, if it's at 49% and you're scanning at 50%, Well, you're never going to see that. You won't even know. You don't have the option to decide if you want that. So what we do is we created a folder for out of stock products. So anything that's out of stock, we put it in there. Anything between 40 and 50%, we put it in there. And then it gets auto updated up to 4 times a day, all the way up until you get to 2,000 items. When you go over 2,000 items, it doesn't auto update anymore. So even though that's there, you can see it's grayed out, and it's actually not auto updating. So we're going to create some other folders and or try and get rid of some products. But it's going to auto update up to 4 times a day until it hits 1999, where it's updating 1 time a day, and beyond that, it's not going to update at all. And you can select any of your folders that you want to be auto updated. So what happens once it's auto updating up to 4 times a day, every 6 hours, it's going to check all those products for ROI. It's going to update all the information from the source and from Amazon. So once it hits your ROI, if you have it set like turn everything on except the red, when they're all turned on, it's going to send you alerts when it's both in stock and the ROI is over what you have it set. So in my current setting, this in stock ROI over 50%, I'm going to get a notification every time it updates. And I'm telling you, we get hundreds of items now. And, they're products that usually have just come back in stock. Other people aren't looking for them. I love out of stock products now because, when people looked for it, it was out of stock. They skipped it. They weren't saving them like I'm doing and you should be doing. And now I get that notice because it just came back in stock. I go and buy it when very few people know about it, or there's very limited supply and there's not a whole lot of competition because it's been out of stock all this time. So this is an awesome feature, and the more you add to it, the better it's going to be. Of course, have your alerts turned on and a way to contact you. And then we're using cash. You either use no cash or max it out. Don't do like 3 days or 2 days or something like that. Either use the full 5-day cash and then update it before you start looking at results, or use live search, no cash, because there's no reason to do it halfway. And that about covers it. So, any questions?
There's no questions so far. So unless someone has
you're right. I think we covered all that. So, if anybody wants to talk about anything, tactical arbitrage, I do have a couple. If you guys haven't heard about we're beta testing a new, a new service that I wish I would have thought about a year ago. Super popular, obviously, where we're managing your accounts. I've hosted in the TA class a couple times for the mastermind members. If you're a mastermind member, of course, you will go to that front of that line. If not, just send me a PM and I will be adding you guys to I can add you guys to the list. And basically what we're doing is we're managing your account. You do the scanning, we're going to create folders, we're going to go and we're going to look at the results, we're going to do everything. Every day I'm going to go over all the settings and your filters and figure out what's best for your business. We charge $10 an hour for it, just so you know up front. And the results have been nothing short of amazing so far. Everybody's been super happy with it. So we're getting rid of all the mismatches. We're checking for, bad results. We're changing, if it's a multi-pack, we're doing all that stuff. So, the way I'm, when we go live, if everything continues to work out like it should, it's basically going to be, a customized, private, sourcing list. So if you subscribe to those sourcing lists, we do it for our mastermind group, but if you have one of those paid lists where you're getting results that's being shared with a bunch of people, well, think about it like you have a private list, where you're the only one who gets the results. So all you have to do is start the scans and look at the results on the other end. We're going to do everything in the middle. You know, those hours and days of tedious work, you know, can basically be behind you because I mean, that's the part nobody wants to do. You stop doing scans because there's so many results and, you know, you don't want to do results. Currently, so there's a couple questions on that. So, variations. Okay, so a lot of questions on that. Okay, so let me just finish this part. So, yeah, for most people, to answer the questions, it usually takes about 2 hours a day if you're running like full scans. You know, normally live scans where you know you might be getting. You know, we can go. You know, you might not do it, but my guys, we have like a whole vetting and training process, which I've talked about in the promotional videos only for the class members. And, you know, it takes several weeks from the time we hire somebody till they get to the point where they can, you know, work on your account. So usually it's going to be, so they can do several hundred an hour, you know, getting rid of mismatches and all that stuff. And they look at the listings and make sure it's an exact match and all that stuff. So, you know, depending on how deep they have to look, like if you look at a picture and see it's a mismatch, well, it might take a second or two. But if they have to dig in, you know, so the number of results has been averaging a few hundred. So in a couple hours a day, usually, we can do, you know, if you're running scans 24 hours a day live, we can handle that a couple hours a day. Now, you know, if you're going to do CAC scans, it's a lot faster. You may need more time, but for most people, you don't need more than 2 hours a day because, you know, you're probably not going to be able to buy that much. Like the number one problem people have is there's so much stuff I just can't buy it all. So, you know, there's all that stuff going on, you know, that we've been able to, you know, figure out the issues with. So, on to the other questions about it. Okay. So how do we sign up? Chavi, you can send me or Valerie a message, and I will add you to the waiting list. There's currently about 15 or 20 people on the waiting list. If you're in the mastermind group, you know, it's kind of one of the perks. So if you're in my Shawn Mayo mastermind, not just in the, you know, TA classes, then you get to the front of the line, basically, just like everything else we do. If not, we're getting as many people done as we can. Obviously, you know, a person can only work, you know, 8 hours a day or so usually. So, you know, you hire one person and they want, you know, you work on a client for 2 or 3 hours a day. It's only a handful of people we can add. But most people on the waiting list don't even respond to me. You know, they're not interested. So, you know, and we're on a schedule where we hire 2 people a week. So 2 people get trained, are basically done being trained a week. So, you know, 2 people are coming in and 2 people are going out. You know, it's usually 2 or 3 weeks later, but, you know, we have a process going. So we're only training 2 people at a time. We do, you know, it's not like we're showing them a bunch of videos. We actually don't show them any videos. We start out training them basically some, you know, we show them slides, and I have a trainer who, that's all they do now is train people. And then, you know, there's hours and hours of them watching somebody do the work. And then, you know, as they learn more and more and ask questions and get everything out of the way, it's, you know, they'll be doing work on my account. All the testing till they go out to the public is on my account. So I usually have 5 or 6 people working on my account every day. And then we'll screen share with them where they're doing the work and we're watching them to make sure no mistakes are made. So a lot of time and money and effort is put into every single one of these people. It's not like, you know, some of the other services out there where they're doing whatever, showing some videos. I don't even know. I haven't looked into any other service out there, but there's some that like train a VA for you. They're showing you videos and all that. You know, we're doing the work alongside of them. We're paying them obviously all this time while they're doing all this stuff too. So, you know, I'm paying the person who's training them, I'm paying them, you know, so there's a lot to do with it. The hourly for the TA valet is $10. There's a $50 setup fee, which is going to include me having a one-on-one training video. Or, you know, we're going to go into a Zoom just like this privately. I'm going to talk to you about, you know, all your hopes and dreams and goals as far as tactical arbitrage goes. And we're going to go through all your settings. I'm going to tell you, I'll show you how you need to have it to get the results you want. We're going to go through all of your filters so you get the best results. So we're not just deleting a bunch of crap. You're not getting stuff you don't want. You know, sites you should and shouldn't go to reach your goals. And so usually I charge $150 an hour, you know, for private one-on-one. And then there's also, you know, we're going to have to train your worker, you know, to get your results. So different people have, you know, different things they want, you know, different types of scans, you know, reverse scan, regular scans, you know, and to get to certain ROI. So I charge $50 for the setup fee. That includes all of that. And we work through FreeUp. So FreeUp is a company that provides VAs. They're doing all the billing for us. So you create an account, you hire us through them. We're going to use their time tracking, basically a timesheet, so the worker will track all their time, and then it's going to go, and then it'll automatically be billing you. So right now, we only have workers for 5 days a week. People who want us, I do have one worker who's working 7 days a week, and we may be able to get you some weekend work, but we are going to be training people who are going to be working different days, so the Saturday and Sunday days can be covered for you as well. So I see that was one of the questions. If you're waiting in line for the service, should we be saving our searches now, or is the wait list long at this point? The wait list has been about the same. I mean, in the last 48 or 72 hours, because we had new people at the beginning of the week, so we have new people ready at the beginning of the week. I've probably contacted about 10 people, maybe 12, and 3 of them responded, and all 3 of them, you know, are now set up or almost set up and ready to go. So, you know, it really depends. You know, we could shoot through 10 people who don't respond to me that are on the waiting list. I can tell you there are about 20 people on the waiting list. But, you know, that could be, we could go through that in a week, or, you know, it could take longer. So, you know, 1 day of scans ahead of time, and, you know, we can be doing that. You know, you don't want to have thousands of products that just aren't ready. So let's see, if you're waiting in line for the service. Okay, so Ken said, in his TA scans, I'm getting a lot of results where the source is a single unit, but the Amazon match is a multi-pack. What's the best way to handle these? Say it's a 3-pack on Amazon and still profitable to buy 3-pack from Walmart and send it in a 3-pack. Should we do it? Or are these professionally packed 3-packs and will terribly stuffed into a poly bag or something? So yeah, I'll share my screen back again and show you the results. So man, I begged for this for so long to be able to do multi-packs. I mean, it was horrible before multi-packs were available. So it's real simple. It's kind of confusing now. It used to be a lot easier in the old version, but you see there's a pencil under the quantity. So you can just go in here and you can change this to whatever you want. So you change this to 3 if it's a 3-pack. Okay. Try that again. Okay, so it's not liking me doing, okay, so it went that time. So now you see it changed from white to purple. That means it has updated all this stuff and it's no longer a good buy. So as you can see, it went from $7 and whatever to $23. So it's no longer really a good result. But you can go back here. I'm going to change it back. So that's how you change a multi-pack. Now, if you should or not, that's more about looking at the pictures and see if they match. So if you see the pictures match where you see one product here and one product here, and the products are, whatever it is, one macaroni and cheese on both of them, but you see it's a 3-pack on Amazon. Well, then you can easily do that. But if you see, one Gatorade bottle at Walmart and then the Amazon version, well, it's like a 6-pack. So, the products aren't going to look the same when they get there. That's all that matters is the products have to match. They have to be exactly what's in the picture. So if you see a 4-pack that's been packed by the factory or the manufacturer, on Amazon, then what you send in has to be that. So, you have to use common sense basically for multi-packs. So if you see that it's not going to be the same product, then you can't send it. That's really all there is to it. Stop share. Okay, so tons of questions coming. Okay, so I hope we covered that for you, Ken. Any other questions, let us know. Could you explain signups for the payments again? So sure, it's a company we use called FreeUp. It's freeup.shawnmayo.com. Valerie can put it down there in the comments. You can go set up an account right now. It's a company that provides VAs. They do all kinds of stuff. You want somebody who already knows Excel, who already might know some things about like Amazon, like opening cases and Seller Central. They have people who are already trained to do that. And their motto is basically from $5 to $50 an hour. We have tons. I'd say I probably have a dozen VAs who regularly work for me. I have VAs who I'm paying $50 an hour for. Hey, Lisa, I will, I'll talk to you after the webinar. So, I've got VAs that, are very, very, I have one who was in upper management at Amazon in the past and now owns their own company who works for me that I pay $50 an hour to through FreeUp. They have all levels of things. You want expert marketers who have sold millions of dollars, in a product, they have them available. Whatever you need, they have available. Now, they don't have things for like specific proprietary software type things. If you need somebody like for Tactical Arbitrage, if you need somebody, who knows scan power or, like probably even ClickFunnels, although they do have some ClickFunnels people. They don't have people who are trained in that kind of stuff, but, general like main softwares or certain tasks. So you don't have to go to Upwork and hire somebody to do all kinds of, you're going to have to train them on every little facet of everything. They have people that already know this stuff. So you can go there, go to FreeUp with 3 E's, FREEUP.myname.ShawnMayo.com. So FreeUp.ShawnMayo.com, and you can create your account for free. And then what's going to happen is when we have space available, I'll let you know, and all you have to do is give me your email, and I will submit the email to them, and they'll send you a message saying, we have this worker for you. Do you want to hire them? You click the button, hire me, and then we're hired, and then we can schedule our private Zoom, and we'll go over everything. And usually the next day, we can start working on your account. I actually did one today, and I have one scheduled after this webinar as well. So we're hoping to get both of those people going, tomorrow. So that's all it is. And then you'll have access to, of course, all their other workers as well. It's just a way, it's a billing system that's already set up. So they have basically like a digital timesheet. So we log in when, we go in there and we say we're working on your account. And when we're done, we log out. And at the end of the week, they bill your whatever. I think they use PayPal or direct deposit or maybe credit cards and direct deposit or whatever it is, and then we get paid like a week later. So, all of that is, already set up. It's one less thing we have to waste time on. So, we're paying them for, that service of doing all the billing and all the timesheets. He's a good friend of mine. I'm in Tampa. He's in Orlando, and he just runs a great service for people. So it's a long way of saying that, but yes. So Shavi, you were in the first mastermind group. If you're an active mastermind member of the Shawn Mayo mastermind, not the whatever the tactical arbitrage class we did, then you can contact Valerie. If you are in that, then I'm sure you know Valerie very well. So amazing, you can do this for $10. Yes, we're, truthfully, I'm not making a ton of money. Obviously, we spend weeks on training. We, are working on multiple people's accounts. We have a minimum of 1 hour a day because we have to schedule it a week in advance. We're not trying to make a ton of money off of people. Obviously, we're hiring VAs. We're making a little bit of money, but it's enough so I can pay the people who are, managing the people who are working on your accounts, spending weeks on training them. And, for a lot of people, it's either this or not use tactical arbitrage or get a real job or whatever it is. So, if we can provide a service where, the goal is I can, in the future, hopefully I can have hundreds of clients that we're doing this for that, and then, we can have kind of a profitable business, by doing it in bulk. So, and at the same time, providing lots of people jobs and providing a service where, you hopefully don't ever have to work at a real job again. So the price isn't going to be going up, so don't worry about that. In FreeUp, do we sign up to become a client or set up an account? You would, I think it's the same thing. You would sign up to be a client. Yes, I like the old arrows much better. Yes, thanks. Okay, freeup.shawnmayo.com. This address is going to the FreeUp main site. Right, so you just go there and let's just take a look. Right, so you just click on become a client. It's become a client or apply to be a worker. So that's all there is to it. Just click on the link and you click on become a client. Xavi, I rarely recommend 2 hours a day. The minimum is 1 hour a day. I think I maybe just mentioned that before you asked. So, we have to be able to schedule time because I'm paying my employees, to work the full day no matter what. So, it's an expectation that you're running scans all the time. We're not going to bill you if you don't, if you only have a half hour worth of work, you don't get billed for an hour. But, it's going to be a minimum, we need to do that or we're going to have to find somebody else to work for because, I'm paying people based on a full schedule. So if you stop running scans, you don't have scans running half the day, we're not going to charge you, but I'm still paying them and it becomes a problem. So, we need to be able to schedule them. And if you want to up your time or down your time, that's fine, but it has to be basically on a weekly, at the end of the week, you can say, well, I need an extra hour next week, or we need an hour less or whatever it is. But, we need to schedule that a week in advance so we can put that worker doing something else, what's fair is fair. So that's really how we have to do it. So Yvette says, if I'm running scans and coming up with mostly mismatches, won't the valet come up with the same mismatches? So we're dealing with your results. We're not doing the scans for you. I'm hopefully going to help you when we do our one-on-one call to get it a little better. I mean, I'm really good at finding, good results after doing it all this time and helping so many people. So they're going to get the same mismatch as you are, yes, but we can process those a lot faster than you can. We can do hundreds an hour, where I'm sure you're not going through and fixing hundreds of results an hour. So if it's a mismatch, we can look at the picture, see it's if it's a blatant mismatch. I mean, it takes a second or two to deal with that, and we're going to move on. That's all there is to it: speed and processing fast. We're training these people the right way. So an hour of you doing it is probably not going to be the same as an hour of my team doing it. It's probably a few hours of yours compared to an hour of ours. No, Mike, there is no contract. There is kind of a contract with FreeUp. Basically, you're not going to try and hire their clients, and take them off of FreeUp or stuff like that. But no, you can stop whenever you want. I'm kind of asked that we let us finish out. If you're not happy, and I think every single client is still with us. So, there isn't anybody that's been unhappy so far. We're still new at this. But, if you're not happy, and you want to stop, at least let them finish out the week, because I'm going to have to pay my workers either way. So, if you want to up it, got to wait till the end of the week. If you want to downgrade how many hours you're doing, got to wait till the end of the week. It's just, we got to schedule it in advance, and I have to pay them. So you need to pay too. I don't plan for you to be unhappy either. I don't plan on anybody. We're doing this really to help people. We put a lot of time and money and effort and training into every single worker, so I'm just trying to, create the best service. And that's why we didn't roll it out to nobody outside of my mastermind or, the Tactical Arbitrage training classes even knows about this yet. I talked to Alex about it. Of course, he's in both of those groups, so, he knows about it. He loves the idea. But who knows? There's 400 people who've taken my training class now. So, if I don't ever have to go out of there, I'll be happy. Okay, so Yvette, I should add with less. Okay, so let me look back on your question. If I'm running scans and coming up with mostly mismatches, won't the valet come up with the same mismatches? So, like I said, you're running the scans. We're just looking at the results. So we're going to deal with those results. We're just going to deal with them a lot faster. And, you're not going to have that pain and effort. You're going to be able to concentrate on other parts of your business. We access your accounts by logging into them. So you're going to have to provide us with your user ID, your password, and your Google Drive account. And we're going to share a spreadsheet with you. You can get updates at the end of the day. Every day you can send updates to your workers that they'll check before they start their shifts. Any other vital information we're going to have in the sheet that'll be shared with you. And that's about it. Super simple. There's no other way to access your account. Do you not have a Google account? You don't have a Gmail account or a YouTube account? Or if you have an account with anything that they've ever made, then Google Drive, Google Sheets, it's all the same account. Okay, well, there you go. It'll be just a link, and you can go there anytime and see the updates, or not. If you don't ever want to look at it, it's fine too. But we're going to be giving updates and all that information there for you. So, any other questions? Send me a PM. I think we talked about it plenty. I wasn't trying to make that the focus of this. But yeah, so anybody else wants to sign up, send me a PM, send Valerie a PM, whatever, post in one of the groups. We'll we'll take care of it for you. So that's about it. Let me